With the holiday shopping season here, online retailers are hoping sales continue to surge this year. The National Retail Federation estimates 68.7 million Americans will shop online this Cyber Monday. And last year, Amazon, the biggest online retailer, sold more than 180 million items over the 5-day period from Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday. But what you might not know is that the item you just bought online could have been sitting on your local store shelf moments before you paid for it. We went out on the road to meet the people who are shopping just to sell. And what are you hoping to find?
I'm hoping to find some toys today.
Toys?
Chris Anderson goes to great lengths to land a deal. Logging 40,000 miles a year in his van, Anderson is an Amazon seller practicing retail arbitrage. Here's how it works. A seller like Anderson buys an item for a discounted price in one market, like a store, and then sells it for a profit in another market, such as Amazon. When Anderson spots a promising deal, he uses a smartphone app to see just how much and how often it's selling for online. Then he scales up, buying it again and again. It all goes into his van and then to his 200,000 square foot warehouse in central Pennsylvania. Once it sells, it goes to an Amazon fulfillment center and then on to the buyer. It's bargain hunting on a big scale, and Anderson pockets the profit.
All of this here is about $2,000 worth of soy sauce, and I bought it from a trader in Philadelphia.
And you're going to sell it for?
Probably $5,000 to $10,000. Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
But it's also a lot of work.
How far have you gone to find your deals?
Oh, I've driven all the way down to Florida, all the way up to Maine, Massachusetts, gone all the way out to Iowa, pretty much anywhere.
I bet you found some unusual things.
Oh, absolutely. One of the more unusual things I found was a whole bunch of beer tap handles. I found about 200 of those at a store, and they're like 40, 50 bucks on eBay and Amazon. And I was buying them for $5 and sold them all real fast. People love them.
So it's the unusual.
Yeah.
It's the
discontinued, the hard to find.
I'm gonna play a game with you. Name that item. Back scratcher.
I've never sold back scratchers.
Fur coats.
Don't do fur.
Raincoats.
Oh, I've sold a lot of raincoats.
Nose clippers.
I sell a lot of personal care items.
Mouse traps.
I've sold mouse traps.
Good money maker?
Not really.
Some of these we'll see a $30, $40 profit on. Other ones we'll see 15 or 20.
While arbitrage is nothing new, outlets like Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, and Poshmark have turbocharged the business.
This right here, I was picking these up for literally like $2-3, and they were going for like $15, $16 all day long.
That's led to an online community of sellers who are getting in on the action.
They are 1992. So everybody always asks, how fast can you sell these things? Today.
Ooh. Including Mike Resendez.
Dude, I think we might have hit a little bit of a jackpot here.
He's been selling products online for 15 years.
But when I looked this up on Amazon, the rank is $109,000 in home improvement, which isn't bad, but selling it for $43.25 FBA would only pay out $33.18, and since we have to pay $35 plus tax to buy this, that is a no-go.
Now Reezy says he's done $5 million in sales on Amazon alone, often spending thousands of dollars on a single shopping trip to flip all this merchandise.
We have so much data available to us as sellers. It's not like back in the day when you ran a store and you ordered product, you don't know what's going to sell. Well, I know what's selling, I know how fast it's selling, I know what it's selling for on average, and so I know how much I can buy. There's not a lot of guesswork involved in it.
It's like $310 in profit minimum to as much as $600 in profit in there. Right there, 30 minutes later.
But Reezy takes it a step further. His YouTube channel, Reezy Resells, is dedicated to helping novice sellers stay in the black.
Clearance stuff is down low and up high.
And then you let other people in on how good you got? Who does that?
So what happened was, for the longest time, I didn't tell anybody what I did, and I was super, I thought I was like James Bond, right? I was super quiet about it. I always wanted to help people and change the world. And then I was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna teach people how to make money online, and they're gonna appreciate that. And oddly enough, actually make more money now that I share information. So it's like, the universe just keeps giving back, and that's what I'm a fan of.
Kind of a pay it forward mentality.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's paying you back.
I actually make more money now doing the YouTube and the social media than I do actually selling stuff. I didn't really start out helping people, I just started doing it. And then what happened was I would get messages from people, and they'd be like, oh, you helped me. Oh, we're in Disneyland with the kids, and it's all because of you. You know, people would find me in public and approach me crying. Like, oh, I paid off my college loan debt because of you. And I'm like, oh, wow.
It's something we saw firsthand on a recent shopping trip with Reezy.
UPS hates this guy, man. I saw a couple of your videos. I like how you're, giving people tips. As a side income, it does help.
Do you really feel as though he's providing a public service?
He is.
But while folks like Reezy make it look easy, there are plenty of risks involved.
If this is going to be your actual way of making a living, then there are hard costs that are wired into the process. So it's not just the warehouse, and it's the time, and it's insurance, and it's being able to actually keep track of what you have. It's not for everybody, and I think it's probably not for most people.
But that doesn't keep Chris Anderson from living a life out on the road.
You must love it.
I do. I absolutely love it. This has been the best job I've ever had.
So Anderson is shopping his way from Pennsylvania to Minnesota during this big shopping weekend. While he has that big van, he's part of that community of sellers we told you about. He's able to send out shipments from the road with their help. And yes, that means some of the stuff that he is literally buying right now is already on its way out.
It's crazy. It's the time thing, what Jill said at the end there, that would be the one thing. It's such a great idea. You want to be able to do it, but the time you have to invest to find all
It's a real job, but it's a fun job.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Reezy says he banks something like 70 grand, whereas Chris Anderson, he said 100. But, that's just on the retail arbitrage.
Right.
What they do beyond that in terms of sponsorships.
On the YouTube channels.
The YouTube channels, all of that.
These things
have changed.
They
have.
really have.